Dear students, in last lecture I have discussed with you the diamagnetism. As we are aware from our knowledge of atomic structure that in atoms electrons have tendency to pair off in such a way that total angular momentum of atom is cancelled out if we have a filled cell or even number of electrons. Such materials or atom of materials cannot be regarded as permanent dipoles, magnetic dipoles, because their resultant angular momentum and magnetic moment is zero. If we apply magnetic field, there is induced magnetization in atoms which opposes the magnetic field, hence a negative susceptibility results. Now, in this lecture I am going to discuss another kind of magnetism called paramagnetism. You know, if we have atom or molecules such that even they have a single unpaired electron, then their net angular momentum and hence magnetic moment will not be zero, and these can be regarded as permanent dipoles. If you put them in magnetic field will align them and a magnetization appears and a positive susceptibility will result. Such type of materials are called paramagnetic materials, and phenomena is paramagnetism. Let me write the name of few materials which exhibit this type of magnetism. Metals, for example, aluminum, magnesium, lithium, etc. Atoms or molecules. All number of electrons such as sodium, and gaseous nitric oxide, few compounds which has even number of electrons, like children. Free atoms or ions. These have partially filled inner cells. Like Mn2 plus ion, obviously if we have unfilled cell, then there is a possibility of paramagnet. Now the modern theories of this magnetism are obviously quantum theories, which gives the correct predictions. But today I have to discuss the Langevin theory of paramagnetism, which is classical in nature, because in quantum mechanics the magnetic movement of electron has discrete orientation in the space. This is called space quantization. But in Langevin theory, all the possible orientation for the dipole are accessible. It may be directed along any direction. All the possible orientations are possible. So this quantum mechanical fact is not considered in this theory. To reach an expression for susceptibility which is temperature dependent, because paramagnetism in mostly cases paramagnetism is temperature dependent, susceptibility is inversely proportional to temperature except few metals. So to reach such an expression, we will assume that permanent magnetic dipoles have been given or granted, and these are randomly oriented in the space at any temperature. But as you apply the magnetic field, the potential energy is also associated with this dipole, and the torque is also there. So magnetic field tries to align them. So since the potential energy is there, and which is depends on the angle between magnetic field and a permanent dipole, so we have to consider this fact also. So the probability of certain number of dipoles are directed along a particular direction depends on not only the statistical factor but also the Boltzmann static factor or Boltzmann factor. So let how the picture looks and how we can compute these two factors. one thing to be noted is that all the orientation are accessible consider a region, this is spherical region, which is filled with dipoles and there is no magnetic field initially. But when we apply the magnetic field, this is the direction of magnet. So, if this is filled with dipoles like gaseous molecules, the dipole, due to thermal energy, the dipole may be oriented randomly oriented, may be along any direction. So there is no weight factor to be considered. So let us see the radius of this sphere is r. Suppose a fixed number of dipoles are there in this volume. The area of the sphere equal to 4 pi r square. Now consider a analogous region between two angles theta and d theta, which are cone angles. So if this is a sphere, this area of this part of surface will be obviously 2 pi r sin theta r d theta, like this. This is r d theta and this is 2 pi r sin theta, because the radius is r sin theta. So this is a strip. Area is 2 pi r sin theta d theta. So if dipoles are randomly oriented, in that situation the fraction of the dipoles which are oriented between these two angles, theta and theta plus d theta, that is in the canonical area, in the conical area, or more specifically I would say one a conceived volume between these cones, angle theta and d theta. This will be 2 pi r square sin theta d theta over 4 pi r square. Because if you increase this angle 0 to 2 pi, whole the sphere will be covered, whole the surface area will be covered, and all the obviously all the dipoles will also be covered. Maybe any dipole may be along any direction, but theta to d theta, when theta changes from 0 to pi, this strip will cover the whole surface of the sphere. So obviously the fraction of the dipoles which are directed between these two cones is half sin theta d theta. So if you increase this theta or this d theta, you have a larger number of dipoles. So this is the statistical factor. Now, since there is a potential energy associated with each dipole, if we apply magnetic field, potential energy equal to minus mg. M is the dipole moment of the dipole, B is the magnetic field, dot product, so we apply it is minus mg cos theta. So we have to consider the statistical factor, Boltzmann factor as well. So because thermal energy try to randomize while this magnetic field try to align the dipoles. So obviously we have to consider this potential energy which is 0 along the field in the Boltzmann factor e to the power minus u over kT, where T is the temperature. So if we have magnetic field strong enough, only then this alignment will occur, otherwise thermal energy will overcome the field. So statistical, so Boltzmann factor is mb minus u over kT, that is e to the power mb cos theta over kT. So number of dipoles which are lying between these two cones depends on these two factors. So a fraction of the molecules or dipoles dn is proportional to this probability and this statistical factor, this Boltzmann factor, mb cos theta over kT. This proportionality can be changed to equality by considering a constant which depends on the number of particles in this spherical region. If you consider only this type of probability, half sin theta d theta, if you integrate out, you will have probability 1, and if you consider the fraction and probability into n, then you will have a total number of dipoles n. But complication arises due to this Boltzmann factor. Now, these are the number of dipoles which are lying in between these two cones. For which the cone angle is theta, and for second the cone angle is theta plus d theta. Now, this region can also be achieved in different way, because there is a tendency to represent this region in terms of solid angle, because the surface area is 4r square. Similarly, the sphere makes a solid angle at O 4 pi. So 4 pi r square can be scaled with 4 pi. So the solid angle is, the area is 2 pi r square sin theta d theta, while solid angle is 4, area is 4 pi r square. So in case of solid angle, we have to divide area by r square. So if you multiply or divide by r square, same thing, the result will remain same. That is, in place of this, you can use solid angle, which is 2 pi r square